And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Got a great show for you. The most important things in life. One of them, good Scottish whiskey. Tonight's show, I've done so much work during the past week on the Crypto Hulk show, and then just losing power and not having my place. Kind of burned out, man. I need some fucking alcohol. It's got to keep it real. So I thought tonight's show would be fun. If you're drinking, that's a-okay. It's part of required. A Friday night taste test requires you have to be at home drinking on something. Notice I said something. But Crypto Hulk, you're promoting alcohol. I said something, dumbass. So, and if it's alcohol, go for it, dude. Hypnotic and Hennessy mixed together makes the Incredible Hulk. Yes, I think they added a pinch of grenadine or something back in the day. I never had one of those drinks. I did, let's say, go to a coworker's house once, and this was years ago, man, 2005, 6. I went to this coworker's house. Now I'm going to keep it rated G because it is, because, well, G for I'm a G. And I went there, and she was like making these drinks, which was what you said. She added some of the little bit of green grenadine in there to give it some color. And after drinking about 4 or 5 of those things, I'm like, what the hell is this? And she's like, oh, they're Incredible Hulks. I'm like, oh, what is that? So it was a brand new drink back then, at least. So we're talking about 2005-ish. It's about right. Somewhere in there, close to 20 years ago. And can't talk about the rest, But yeah, that was some pretty good days back in the day, and gotta blame it on the alcohol, like Jamie Foxx says, right? That's what I'm gonna do. Like whatever happened, I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol. So there's my free pass, right? Alrighty then. The more you drink, the more it makes sense, says Henry Brown. Okay, what do we got going on here? We've got Johnnie Walker. Ooh-wee. Now I have had some of this Crypto Hulk. Ooh-wee. So it comes in a beautiful box, which this is not a daily drinker for me. This is just something I keep on special occasions. So we're gonna take it out of the box. Let me put the box here off to the side. At home, I have a little section for all my alcohols, and they kind of sit on top of the table and they're arranged a certain way. So if a friend comes over, I could say, hey, are you interested in any of these? And they're like, are you kidding? I said, look, I got a 3-drink max. So don't go fucking crazy with this shit. All right. Because these are like $200 fucking a piece. So somebody's got 4 roses on the rocks. I'll give 4 roses one of these. That could be like a daily drinker. 4 roses. Okay. The other one is Macallan. Oh, I've not had this. This one, Macallan 15. Now I got Macallan 12. That goes for about $85. I got that on my special table for guests. Like this is like my guest stuff. So if you ever get lucky enough to come over, you just look at the. Hey, I got a bottle. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Crypto Hulk has a bottle of Patron, Grand Patron, $500. Oh, have not opened it up. Why don't you come on over, help me crack open the bottle, and we'll see what $500 Patron, Grand Patron tastes like, huh? How about that one? But here's Macallan. Never had it. Let me get the sucker open here. Alrighty then. Oh, this one. Nice. I love Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. Absolutely fabulous. Now let me. There's 0 burn. See this? Oh my God. Oh my God. When you smell this stuff, 0 burn. Okay. Now A lot of times when you drink alcohol, if you sniff the bottle, you got rubbing alcohol. And let me sniff this one. Zero burn, like whatsoever. So that's one of the indications you're drinking some good shit. Okay, that's just one. We can't just give it the smell test, Crypto Hulk. So we've got these two little babies here. You do a screenshot so don't embarrass me later. And we got two glasses. Now I don't have the block ice because remember I just kind of moved in a little bit ago and I haven't set up the water filtration and the block ice. I got some cubed ice in here. I'm going to put these on ice. The one on the right side, on my right, your left, will be Blue Label. And then on my left, which is your right, I got the Macallan right over there. I'm going to add about half a shot. I believe that to be half a shot. And then that's Macallan, 15-year-old. Now, Johnnie Walker, Blue Label. What's the difference between regular whiskey and Scotch? There's a flavor difference. Hold on. Got to pour half. I guess that'd be about good. And if I need to add a little extra later, to do a double taste test. Okay. Now, somebody asked, what's the difference? Well, there's different kinds of whiskey. You got Kentucky straight bourbon. A lot of times, those tend to be maybe a little bit hotter with a higher alcohol content. A lot of whiskeys are straight 40%, which is 80 proof or whatever. Scottish whiskey, then you got Irish whiskey, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. There's different types of whiskeys. I'm not an expert in this, so there's people that have channels where they just go over all the different nuances of whiskey. That's not me. Gosh, I like the Scottish whiskey, like people call it Scotch. So let me give a shot. Let me try some Blue Label. So I got it in the ice. It's been sitting for about a minute, 2, 3. Oh, that's good. This here. Slight burn, of course. But the burn it's weird. The burn doesn't burn right away. It takes about 30 seconds or something. Johnnie Walker. Here we go. Second sip. Scottish whiskey has like a peat. What they do over there with Scottish whiskey, and there's different kinds of Scottish whiskeys as well. This one has kind of like a peat, like a moss. You know what peat moss is? You can kind of taste this in there. It's slight, but it has a Scottish whiskey flavor. That's what brings Scottish whiskeys different than like Irish and stuff. But I'm tasting like a peat or a possible not burnt like an Islay, but there's some vegetation going on possibly with this. That's what gives it its unique flavor. Now let's go with the Macallan. Here's this one. Oh, that's a different Scottish flavor whiskey. It's different. Man, both of these are like good. Hold on. Totally different flavor in these two. You know that this is Scotch. It has the base. The difference is the Blue Label has more of that peaty, the peat moss kind of flavor. The Macallan, 15 years old. Man. The Macallan's going to be more like an American whiskey, but it's not. It's not close, but I'm going to say if it's going to be out of these two, the Macallan right here, this is going to be my favorite. Um, Johnnie Walker is good. The Blue Label is one of their best ones at like 180 bucks a piece or so. These are both around 180, 90, 70. It depends on where you're getting it. 170 to 200 bucks, somewhere in there for these two, depending on where you live. So these are very fairly compared. All right. But the Macallan, let me try it again. Oh man, it's subtle. The Macallan is subtle. For those of you that watch my other videos, I've rated different alcohols and stuff, the flavor. If you like my other choices, you'll like my choices here between these two. The Macallan is more subtle. What I mean is you're not going to have that peat flavor. It's gone. Like you've got a whiskey with this. When you drink a Blue Label, you're tasting something. You know what whiskey tastes like, but when you drink this whiskey, there's something added. That's that peat, that how they distill it, and the source, the process of maturation and distillation. You're tasting that in the Blue Label. Let me try it now after comparing the Macallan. Let me go back because I first started with this one, the Blue Label. Okay. Yes. You're going to have like a smoky peat flavor. Okay, now I can really, really see the difference between like these two. When you start off with the Blue Label, when I start off with the Blue Label, I've had it before. I know what it tastes like. When I first taste Johnnie Walker Blue, I'm like, that's pretty good. And it has that like slight peat kind of thing going on. And that's how they flavor their whiskeys in Scotland with this particular kind. It's very popular over there. It's almost like a smoky peat flavor. And I don't know how to explain it any better than that. Okay, it's smooth and it's good. Some people like that distinctive flavor. This is more subtle. You almost taste none of that peat whatsoever in this. Hold on. You're getting some barrel. You're getting aged barrel flavor. Like when you first drink the Macallans, it's smooth, it's clean. It's clean and it's subtle. It's not heavy Scotch, okay? Johnnie Walker is heavy Scotch, okay? It's got that, like I said, smoky, slightly burnt, peat moss kind of thing going on. Macallan does not have that. When you drink these two side by side, you start noticing differences between the two. This one has none. Okay, it has such a tiny bit of that peat, that burnt, that moss, whatever you want to call it. You know you're drinking a Scotch because it's got like 1/20th the peat of this. Okay, like this we'll call this heavy, even though it's not. It's heavy because I don't really like Islay Scottish whiskey. It's too mossy, too burnt kind of. This kind of has that flavor to it, okay? If you're a fan of it, then you'd want to get that. There's no real which one of these two is better. It's just which do you like best, okay? That's what it's coming down to. I like both of them. This one is going to be closer to Americans. What Americans like, there's none of that heavy vegetation kind of burnt flavor that the Johnnie Walker has. This one's clean, it's subtle. You get a slight little Johnnie Walker flavor in this, just to let you know you're still drinking Scotch. But it's very close. And then with this one, like I said, you get a barrel. Like when it's been sitting in the barrel for 15 years, that wood flavor kind of just briefly, delicately flavors this drink. It adds an addition to it where, you're tasting a little bit of the wood right at the end. You're not tasting the beginning. It's right at the tail end, and then You taste the whiskey at first. Oh, that's a good clean flavor. And then after about 5 seconds with Macallan, you're getting that, oh, this is like Scottish. And then you're getting a, oh, very light, little mossy burnt. And then right at the end, you're getting a barrel. You're tasting the barrel just slightly. You're like, oh, that was actually pretty good. So that's how I'd run that down. Let me try the Johnnie Walker again right here. But that's good. This is good. Now I'm tasting that peat moss, the burnt, a slightly burnt flavor. It kicks in after a little bit. Hold on. This, you're definitely, you know that this is Scotch. It's unique, but it does have that burnt. It's kind of like mezcal. That's how I'm going to kind of relate this. If you ever had tequila, then there's mezcal tequila. I'm not a fan of mezcal tequila. This is kind of like mezcal tequila. You got that. That's a good comparison. It's got that burnt kind of flavor going on, like ash a little bit. That's the Johnnie Walker. I've had mezcal tequila, not some of the best stuff. Maybe something $40 a bottle, and I didn't like it because it's got that burnt kind of fireplace ash. Not that I've eaten fireplace ash, but I know what it smells like. That smoky kind of. So that's what Blue Label's got going on. Let me check some comments and see what any kind of questions we got. Okay, S. Harib is here. Fred, hey, Freddie. Knuckle Dragger is here. Oh, TK says, drink up, Hulk. Smoke them if you got them. 2005 was an interesting time to be alive. Yeah, certainly was. Those are very productive years in Crypto Hulk's career. Very productive. I was about 35 then, and I was just killing it in the criminal justice world. I was doing big things, big things. The more you drink, the more it makes sense. That's right, Henry Brown. I'm at work. The black sheep's at work. He's going downstairs to the fourth floor to get some apple orchard from the keg. Oh, sweet. You got Joe Schmuckatelli, 4 roses on the rocks. Thanks for that donation. MC Prosperity says, good packaging sells it. Yeah, that's why I bought well, I got the Johnnie Walker because I've had it in my past and I like it. The box is amazing. If you're going to spend damn near $200 on a bottle of whiskey, I want to have a nice box to put it on my shelf. So when guests come over, they can see, oh, that looks cool. Let me try that, or let me try that one. So, glass 3/4 full, enjoying Friday night with the Hulksters, says Diabetes. Stuart Lavelle's like, nice, mate. Hey, Stu, look what I got. The Crypto Hulk. Is that what you spend your money on from the channel? Is that a trick question? What's the difference? Okay, we got that one. Maker's Mark and Jack, says Stephen Morris. Different wooden barrels. Yes, now the different barrels will give it a different flavor too. If it's in there long enough when it's aging. Joe Schmuckatelli, he's tried Ardbeg Scotch whiskey this evening. Very, very smoky. Yes, see what I'm saying? So that's where this comes in. It's not very, very smoky, but they're smoky. And you can taste it in this. And I'm not knocking it. It's good. I love Johnnie Walker Blue Label. It's just a good quality whiskey with the flavor when you sip on it like I did. And I don't drink this. I sip on this stuff because you have to. It's a work of art. It's good stuff. You don't want to just pound this in a Jack and Coke or like a Jack and Coke. I mean, you can, but it's kind of like, and you'll notice I'm drinking Johnnie Walker with Coke. I'll admit, Coca-Cola. That is. Got to watch it on this channel. These people here are crazy. Let me check here these comments. Jameson is good with club soda. Now, Jameson's another one that I love. I'm gonna see if I can get a high-end Jameson to compete with something like, you know what? Jameson is gonna compete more with Macallan. Here's why. Jameson is more smooth. It's an Irish whiskey, it's not a Scotch. So with Jameson, I love it. It could be a daily drinker. The price is right. It's good quality Irish whiskey. Jameson is. Jameson, if you're out there, you can sponsor the channel, by the way. I require a bottle a week for free. And I want the top shelf stuff, not the $40 a bottle, if you know what I mean. Then you can bribe me off. Hey, if Jameson sends me a $120 bottle once a week, I'm a sellout. I'm just letting you know. I'll be like, oh, this is the best shit on the planet. And I'll be pouring drinks with stuff. And, oh, yeah, Jameson. I love Jameson. The Crypto Hulk. Don't they buy that for you for free? I'll be like, is that another trick question? I didn't answer it. I'm not lying. Crypto Hulk, you said you wouldn't lie. I'm not lying. I never answered the question. Um, just tasted some G13 made from the 1960s and 70s. Oh man, you're my new best friend. XRP Shaman's the new best friend. Hey, are you coming over to my place or am I coming over to yours? um, isn't Macallan aged? I'm sure it is. Sheridan Johnson says, blue for the win, crown with the squeeze of lemon is hard to beat too. Make it how you want it. I might get another round of these drinks going. Hold on. I like the old-fashioned cherry with sugar. Perfect time for a bong rip. Oh my gosh. I don't like smoking weed. I'm not against it. Not against it. I don't like it. I just like drinking. That's it. What's your favorite beer? Surprisingly, it'd be like Blue Moon, Shock Top, Corona. Pretty much those three. I don't like getting into the European beer, the ale and shit. I don't like that crap. It's all sour and I like really. I like Corona. Now, if I want a little fruitiness kind of going on, I'll do like the shock top thing or get some Blue Moon and stick an orange or something on there. But if I just want like a neutral tequila, I mean a neutral, well, I've had it where I've had a couple shots of tequila and they stick a little Coronita, a little small bottle of Corona in the drink. I've had it both. But I like Corona because it's like in the middle. It's not, But anyhow, there you go. I don't drink beer that much. If I go to Mexico, I will. Jason. Oh, Jason gave 5 people. Oh, he picks tonight is the night to give 5 people memberships. Way to go. Hook them up and get them hooked up on the Crypto Hulk taste test show. Oh, this Jason guy is killing me. No, Jason gives memberships all the time. I'm just joking. Sheridan Johnson got a membership. Chaka Bartels, ATF. Uh-oh. Alcohol, tobacco, firearms. Jack Marley, Therian got a membership. And all those people got memberships from Jason. Shock? I don't know. Oh, dang. Jason Shock gave a donation to the channel. Excuse me. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. I got to put hearts on these donations. I'm kind of catching up. Okay. Let me get back to business here. We've got Stephen Morris is done. Welcome to entry level membership. I'll explain what some of this membership stuff is. Maybe not on today's show, but I got the old membership stuff back. It's called an entry level because you're not allowed to gift any kind of memberships, I guess, unless it's the entry level one, which is totally bogus. I've already talked to YouTube about this. So, but I have the regular $9.99 membership. So when I do members only shows, I'll probably do the higher level. If you're not a $9.99, then you can't. But I'll once I start a little bit more, I got to build up the membership base a little bit. I'm still at like 30%. of what I used to have. So YouTube killed like 70% of my memberships. So I'm trying to build them back up a little bit again before I start doing a lot more members only at the $9.99 level. So I'm going to revisit this in about another week or two, a couple weeks, maybe 3 at the most. Kind of see if can I start doing more private $9.99 members only, and then. But I'll consider this. That's what I really want to do. Um, Stephen Morris, what's the difference between right? Okay, we already went over that. And we got Jason right there. Johnny Lakers 626, the Johnny Walker Fund. Thank you very much for that. I went out and purposely dropped 190 on this bottle with taxes, like $205 because I wanted you guys to have the ability to just kind of like to see if it's a waste of your time or money. So I'm going to do another taste test again here in a minute. I'm going to do it a second time. I hope you buy your alcohol at. I live in a small town. It's a pretty good little alcohol shop. And we kind of support this little liquor store. And the guy's really cool. If you tell him what you want, you got to promise you're going to buy it, and he'll order it for you because he doesn't want to get stuck with some bottle that nobody buys. It's a small little place. I mean, I guess I could do that at a regular liquor store, but maybe not. And it's like, dude, we don't have time for you. But this guy's a small little outfit, and his prices are great. He doesn't gouge you. He'll take his portion of the profit off, and I'm supporting a local business where I live. So instead of a chain store or whatever, I want to help whoever's the owner of this business out. And if I want, $200 bottles or something, I'll buy them from him. So it keeps somebody in my small town employed. So there you have it. 12. You got J316, member for 12 months. God bless you guys. Hope is all well. I have to stock up my bars for you gents and gals. The blue label, that blue label is pretty good with a touch of ginger ale and a little bit of cranberry, says Bo Hunter Corian. Jameson Stout Cask is very good, says Joe Schmuckatelli. Stuart Lavelle says, wait, what? We can donate memberships. Yes. Okay, I'll start telling people. So I had a meeting with my YouTube representative, and they told me that the reason I had no idea about this, and it makes 0 sense. Okay, you can't donate memberships unless they're $4.99 or something and below. And I'm like, why can't somebody donate $9.99 memberships? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, is that even intelligent? Like, what's the difference? If somebody wants to donate a member, what does it matter the price of the member? So I don't know what's going on. I don't even think that it's written in code. I think they're just fucking with the channel. So yes, I've got memberships at $4.99 on purpose, and then $9.99. So now the people can donate to other people the $4.99 memberships, because eventually I'm going to have like $9.99 shows, $4.99 shows, and then shows for the public. So I'm going to have like 3 different shows going. Maybe every third show, like something like that. So I'll make one show that everybody can see. The next show, $4.99 and above. The next show, $9.99 and above, which I don't have anything above $9.99. So I had to talk to the YouTube representative, get this all squared away. So it sounds like a load of crap to me. Stuart Lavelle, okay, cool. I see the button. All right. Saralina Wille, thank you very much for that donation to the channel. Last taste test again. Half a shot. I just got to make sure that this stuff is really legit. It's like $200, $205 a bottle with tax. You're looking at each shot is like, $20, $18 a shot. Like, this is definitely not for me, a daily drinker. I don't got money like that. Okay, here we go. It is good. It's good stuff and it's fun. Nice. Is that one of your faves? XRP Captain gave 20 people memberships. Now, everybody listen, hold up right now on the gifting memberships because we got 71 people, well, in the room. So you might not have, all these people lined up for members. So be kind of easy with the 20 and shit. Maybe start with like the 5 and 10 and see how that goes. Because this is like a taste test show. So I mean, this dude here is pulling. I don't know where all these people are. XRP Captain gave 20 away, and it looks like the fucking 20 people are. I don't know where all that's coming from. That's pretty amazing. I'll read off their names in a minute. So here's the Macallan. You're tasting the whiskey. You know right away that this is Scotch. You have very, very little burnt or that peat moss kind of flavor going on. And it's just a very, very gentle, slight burn with this drink. It's very subtle. It's very clean. All right. Next, Johnnie Walker Blue. Right away, when you drink this stuff, you're getting the burnt moss. The burnt moss hits you like right away on this drink. It's Scottish right after that. I mean, hell, the minute that mossy burnt flavor hits your lips and your tongue, you know immediately this is Johnnie Walker Blue. It's very, very distinctive. Like I said, Macallan is subtle. You're almost like, what whiskey's this one? When you're drinking Macallan, it's smooth. This one, the blue label, you know you're drinking Johnnie Walker Blue. It's got that distinctive flavor to it. Let me read off the names of the brand new members of the channel. Now, this isn't really how Crypto Hulk does the show. You're joining on it. You got joined on a night where we're having a taste test. Here's the name of the people. XRP Captain gave 20 people memberships. That's Rob E. Thoth the Atlantean, Juan Pablo, Tartaria Genetics, Gerald Vestal, Glenn Ackerman, Jeremy Fitzpatrick, Jody Nadeau. I remember that name from before. So got another free membership. David Bullion, Ricky Tefe, Crypto Taurus Moon, Jason Chef, From the Ground Up, El Bachir Chalagoon, Nick at Night, 74, XRP Outlaw D's Nuts, I Am 7, Andrew Zapolsky, Justin Eeg, Glenn T. Those people were gifted memberships by XRP Captain. It's weird how the viewers on my show are showing 72, but we just got 20 of them right here. I don't see what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to say. Macallan 25. Oh God, are you really trying to make me go there? That shit's got to be 120,000 bucks or something. That's the Johnnie Walker. Hold on. Daily drinker, you say? Oops, is that bad? So some people drink Johnnie Walker Blue daily. One day, Crypto Hulk might. Steve Lawless says Macallan 25, and then Steve Lawless is saying, yeah, $100 a shot. Hey, Steve, how much is that Macallan 25? I got the 15 here, and it runs about a couple $100 with tax, American dollars. Steve Lawless is like it's a once a year thing. I'd say so. Hitchhackers pick them up, trying to find the 8 tequila still. See, my liquor shop, even though it's a small little town, there's some rich people that live here. So the guy that owns it is able to, he doesn't have to buy it in like bulk, right? So he's got a reputation. His liquor shop's been around 20 years. So he has access to the big boys who are the wholesalers, and he doesn't have to buy. If he wanted to buy a bottle of 8 tequila, he can buy one. He doesn't have to buy like 6 or 10 of those and try to know. He's got a good enough relationship with major importers. Steve Lawless is saying 2,500 a bottle. Oh geez, Macallan 25, huh? Now that one was Macallan 15. Totally different than the Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Major difference. I'm gonna say Stuart Lavelle saying me smelling a rat. Jim Beam or Jack Daniel? Oh, I got one. Oh, next Friday, taste test. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it is, but one of the bottles is a Jack Daniel, 12-year-old, $200 a bottle. You'll never see it because it's brand new. Look that one up. I'm thinking the Macallan's going to be my favorite. I really am. Just because when I drink the Blue Label, it's just very smoky. It has that peat, and it's good, but just the Macallan is more subtle. Like the Blue Label, you've got a heavy, smoky kind of peat flavor. When you compare that to Macallan, see, this spoiled me right here. When you've drinking this and nothing else of this quality at like 180 a bottle, when you drink this, you think it's great. You don't notice the heavy smoke flavor or the peat. You get spoiled when you drink a Macallan 15. When you drink this, you're like, oh man, it takes all of this, winds it way down into something that's subtle and clean, where you're getting the burnt flavor in the peat moss, but it's just very soft, right? So you still know you're drinking Irish, but it's not heavy like this, okay? Unless that's what you like. The Macallan is just smooth and subtle, with a hint of the mossy, smoky. And you got that barrel right at the end. It hits you right at the tail end of it's weird. You don't taste it in the beginning. The barrel that it's aged in for 15 years, right at the tail end of that drink. Macallan will be Crypto Hulk's favorite. The bottle goes for 200 American dollars. If you go to a bar, you're gonna have to go to a high-end place. This is hard to find. This one's more popular. You'll probably see it more. Both of these are probably going to go for about 30 to 35 bucks a shot, 40 for one shot. Try the Macallan 15. If you have a choice, this is popular, very popular, and it's good. Do I like it because it's smoky and it has some peat? Yes, I do. Like, I love Johnnie Walker Blue. You're tasting that vegetation right away, that smoky kind of, it gets you right in the beginning. Cindy Lou Who says, good evening. Johnny Walker Blue again. Wait, oh, hold on. Stuart Lavelle gave 5 people memberships. Coffee Cats 1, Robert Simpson, Brian Childress, David, and Sir Captain Sticks. Stuart Lavelle says, testing the button. It's a very positive test, Stuart Lavelle. So we got the button back for those that like to gift. And I think that's a good idea, too. Hold on. I'm going to tell you what. If you've tried this and you like it, you probably don't notice how peaty, or how smoky this one is. And this one's not compared to like the Isleys or whatever. Like those are really, really smoky. Um, you drink you some Macallan 15. I'm gonna tell you what, you drink you some Macallan 15, and this one's starting not to be as attractive. It's kind of like, well, Crypto Hulk, you really want to go there? You know, you're dating this girl, and then all of a sudden you see a 15 walk by, and you're like, hey. I'm going to go with the Macallan 15. That's my new favorite. I love Johnnie Walker Blue, don't get me wrong. I love it. It's awesome stuff. But this one is just, it's more subtle. So how about this? If I want some Scotch whiskey, I'm gonna drink both of these. These are like great. I love them. Depends on my mood. If I want something that's more smoky and has some peat, and you know you're drinking Scotch whiskey, I'm going with the Blue Label. Okay. But if I'm in the mood I want some more subtle, mild Scottish whiskey. I don't want all that peaty. I want a little bit of the peaty and smoky, but I just want a nice, smooth, subtle, clean Irish whiskey that maybe just kind of barely tastes Scottish whiskey. I mean, this you're drinking Scotch, but it's not all heavy and smoky, kind of like that. And this is at the very low end. Let me just tell you, this is very, 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 very bottom, low end, smoky and all. This one's almost not at all. But it does give that hint of the smoke and the peat. And then again, at the tail end, you get that barrel because it's been sitting in a barrel for 15 years. The Macallan is more subdued. That's a good word for it also, is a subdued Scotch whiskey. It's very smooth. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of rate it like that. If I had to pick my favorite, Fred says goes great with a cigar. Richard Flyerman says Macallan 15 is better than the Blue. I'm going to agree. But gosh, you know what? I can't. On this, I can't because this has a unique flavor. It's Scottish, and you get the peat and the smoky a little bit, and it's different. It's not like a Jack Daniels. It's not like an American. It's not like a Jameson or whatever. This brings something different to the table. Now they have like a Blue Label, like the other Blue Label. They have Johnnie Walker, another one that's different than this, which I'm gonna probably have to test out. But this one's got to be that peaty, smoky. Now I don't know. They make like 5 or 10 different kinds of Johnnie Walkers. I haven't had them all. I've had the Black Label, Red Label, and all that. But this one is different than those others. The other ones might be lighter. I think the Red Label is lighter than this one, so it won't have as much peat, smoke kind of stuff going on. It's really tough to say. It is Richard saying it's unique. Yeah, it is. I've had the other ones. I've had all the other Johnnie Walkers. Not the other one, maybe like not the $120 bottle ones, but like the $50 bottles and stuff and the 30. Steve Lawless says, Hulk, the difference is black and below are blends. Oh, okay. Blue is the best blended out there. The 35 Macallan is bomb. Blow up the wallet though. Yeah, what, $140,000, right? And I know one of those Macallans like this, like maybe it's a 35 or something. It's like 120,000 for a bottle, or $140,000 for a bottle. So, this is your higher end when it comes down to it. Comparing these two together, Macallan's older brother or older sister is like 140,000 a bottle. There's no Johnnie Walkers that are going for 140. So, so anyhow, to wrap it up, if I had to pick, man, it's a tough one. I have to determine what mood I'm in. I really do. Do I want the smoky peat, or do I want the more subtle with some kind of barrel flavor at the end? Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Macallan. It's just neat, it's clean, and it's subtle. I get that. I get that Scottish kind of flavor, but not all the smoky and the peat. But when I drink this, I know it's still Scotch. This one is more unique. You're tasting the smoke. So I love them both. I would pick a Macallan. That's what I would. So there you go. Go to, if you want to go to a bar, if you want to make an old fashioned and put this in it, Macallan. But okay, when you go to a bar and you're going to spend $40 on a shot for your drink or something, maybe that old fashioned might run you 40-45 bucks. You want to make sure. See, it's the bartender. You got to make sure the bartender knows what the hell they're doing. I know a place that I go to where they actually make the best drinks in the Sacramento area that I know of. It's not a cheap place, but it's not high end. It's not super high end or nothing, but it's just not cheap. But the bartenders there are just amazing. They're stellar. I won't go to just any bar and say, "Hey, give me a Macallan 15," because if the bartender's no good, you're gonna have a fucked up drink. If I'm gonna spend $40 on a fucking drink, it better be made exactly right. So that would be like my caveat, where you better hope your bartender's got skill, because any fucking chimpanzee can pour a shot and a half into a glass and call it an old fashioned, and it tastes like shit. Anybody can do that. So it depends on your bartender. I'm going to leave it kind of with that. Um, I'm going to take tomorrow off. Yeah, it's my day off and stuff, and I got stuff I got to do. Right now it's Friday p.m. in the United States, 7:45 p.m. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'll make a show on Sunday, and I'll be looking Saturday. I'll be looking at news possibly, and just putting it on put it in my email, but not actually putting a show together till Sunday. And I'll probably be cleaning out some spam a little bit. Maybe I'll say hi to some people and ask their questions or so. But yeah, it's kind of like my day off. I'm just kind of find like a day where I'm not in a fucking motel. I'm not in the shower and the fucking power goes out. I'm not in the house at 48 fucking degrees inside the house, freezing my fucking ass. I like it cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind if it's 68 in the house. I'm fine. But when it's 48 degrees, I'm fucking cold. And there's no electricity, and it's just, it becomes miserable. So there's no place like home. Yeah, Stuart Lavelle's from Australia. Stuart, plug in 48 degrees Fahrenheit equals what degree? What do you guys use? Centigrade or something? Celsius? Stuart, how would you like if your house was 48 degrees Fahrenheit? You're from Australia. You guys would fucking freeze your asses
Okay,
off.
I found this on the web for how do you like your house was 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Check it out.
How does this phone do this?
Here's what I found.
That's very bizarre. The phone just does stuff on its own. I don't even have to say, "Hey Siri."
Hmm.
See what I mean? I didn't ask for your help earlier. You need to shut the fuck up when I'm doing a show, little tramp. Oh, sorry about that. That'll do it for today's program. I'll see y'all Sunday. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink to excess. Just drink like Crypto Hulk to impress.